In Scripture, the word that's translated in English to be obedience doesn't even exist. You know what the word is in Scripture that we get obedience from? That's a tiny part. In Hebrew, it's Shema. In Greek, it's Hypakouos. Here's what it means, what we're learning. When it says, "Hear, O Israel," or, have ears to hear, it means the whole idea of hearing clearly God's voice, understanding what he said, embodying it and becoming it from a place of love and intimacy. We don't actually have ears to hear if that whole process doesn't take place. It's all connected. It's all one thing to God. And all through the Old Testament, Shema, and all through the New Testament, Hypakouos. In Philippians 2, it's talking about Jesus who humbled himself and became a man and became obedient to death. In English, the dictionary, obedience says to comply. I don't know about you, but that always just kind of... And it's because it really isn't translated in our English thinking. What Jesus did was, obviously, he was the Word, and he became, but he in real time turned his ear and he listened until he understood as a man, as a person, a human. And then he stayed with what he heard and understood till it, was fully in him, until it worked itself out in actions that were in response to what he heard. And through, Jesus said, didn't he? He has ears to hear. He has ears to hear. He's not talking about people that just show up and listen to a message or watch church online. Nothing wrong with that. But that's not what God has in mind. And Leslie really has been digging this out, and it has caught both of our hearts at such a deep level. And you started to say part of that earlier about ears to hear and listen. And I think this will mark his bride.